What's going on, everybody? It's Stas here. So yet again, another great day in the stock market today. The S&P 500 went up 0.4%, the Dow went up 0.2%, the Nasdaq 100 up 1%, and the Russell 2000 went up 0.9%. So I want to break down some technicals, go over a bunch of stocks to buy now, and also go over where my head is at overall as a trader, as an investor. Where do I see the markets going in the short term? So if you guys find value, hit the like button, subscribe. You might as well get some free money from M1 Finance and from WeBull, and check out my Patreon. Get into the Discord chat as well. All of those are linked down below. So let's get into it. S&P 500 continued its crazy run today, and I forgot to mention it hit an all-time high. All-time high was hit at 4098.19, and just as we thought it was overbought and it couldn't go up any higher, it continues to move up. And that goes to show my point when it comes down to the RSI. Just because the RSI is overbought on a stock, an index, an ETF, it doesn't mean that it can't get even more overbought and it can't go higher, because the S&P's clearly proved that. I mean, it's been overbought the past couple of days, and we saw that big pop to 4084. We consolidated a bit, and I was saying, okay, look, maybe we fill the gap down to 3980, but no, we went up. We hit an all-time high again today, like I said. And when it comes to SPY, let's pull that up. You guys can see it's trading. Well, it was trading in this little range. You guys can see here on the 5-day, 5-minute, it was between 407 and 405. And after market hours yesterday, you guys can see the breakout. Actually, I didn't even realize that till right now. We popped up after hours yesterday. Wow, from 407 to about 408, and that prompted the momentum today, I guess you can say, because of that breakout yesterday above 407. And you can see at market open today, we pulled back down, we tested 407, and we ripped right off of that. That is classic bullish action right there. We ended up pulling back, holding an old resistance as a new support, and hitting that all-time high, and we're actually moving up even more after hours, guys. Holy crap. The SPY ETF here went from 408.50 at close, and it actually hit almost 409.50. So SPY is very bullish, and who knows, we could end up going to 4100, but you have to ask yourself, how long is this going to last? Because every day that goes by, we get more and more overbought, especially if we keep going higher. And I'm not trying to be a party pooper or anything, but I'm just trying to be realistic here, right? And being realistic, I see a pullback coming, whether it's a $5, $10 drop on SPY, or maybe just a $2 to $3 drop, and then we keep on going, or some consolidation for a little bit. And no one knows when it's going to happen, but I just know from being in the markets and understanding technicals, when something gets very overheated, it's going to pull back a bit. So don't be surprised if we see a pullback tomorrow or maybe next week at some point. I for sure would not be surprised if that happened. And QQQ, let's take a look at that. This is on an absolute tear. We called it out from 315. It filled the gap to 325, filled the gap from there all the way to 330. And now, guys, it looks like it's going to fill the gap all the way to 340, which is just nuts. And the Nasdaq 100 NDX is almost at all-time highs again. It's about 130 points shy from all-time highs. So, guys, the bulls are extremely in charge. And again, I'm not trying to be a party pooper, but we have to be realistic here and understand when something like this happens, a bunch of green days in a row, we're probably going to be met with a big red day or a series of a couple of red days in a row. And that's just the reality of the matter here. And the VIX went down today, down 1%. We had gold go down a little bit as well, but silver was up earlier, I believe, right? But this ended up going down. Or actually, no, that's the futures market that opened up at 6 p.m. Eastern, since I am filming this video a bit later today. So, yeah, gold did well during the day. Same with silver. We'll talk about a silver play here in a little bit. You guys obviously know I'm in SLV, but other than that, I'm not in any other silver plays, and maybe I add the one that we're going to talk about later on, so stick throughout this video. So yeah, I mean, those are some some thoughts on the markets. Let me know yours down below in the comments. I would love to know as always. And there's a bunch of stocks here on my iPad I want to talk about. Number one is BLNK Charging. This one's up a ton today. It was one of the trending stocks on the day. This one up 13% at the close and went up from $41 all the way up to over $46 a share. Now it is seeing a bit of some selling pressure after market hours. It's sitting at about 45 bucks. But hey guys, when you ran up from 41 to 46 in a day, a little sell-off in the aftermarket hours, who cares at the end of the day? I mean, this thing exploded today, up 13%. And looking at this 4-hour chart, I know there's a lot going on here. So let me just clear the drawing set so we can see a fresh set of trends here, or just a fresh chart in general. You guys can see now we're seeing some bullish action finally, right? We actually hit a low point on this stock at about $29. That was back in the beginning of March, and ever since then, we've been making higher highs, higher lows, and we actually broke out of both the 50 and the 180 moving averages here on the 4-hour, and we're about to see a golden cross here. That's a very good sign, guys. The 50 SMA crossing above the 180 SMA. That's a pretty bullish signal if you guys do look at moving averages and use them in your trading, which I for sure do. They're arguably my favorite indicator that I personally use. And we see that big pop today. We hit a higher high. That is a very good sign as well. So BLNK is breaking out, and what I like even more about this is we took out the support from back in the middle towards the end of January, early February as well. And by took out the support, I mean it was once a support back in those months, but once you break a support, it becomes resistance. So the fact that we broke out of that resistance, now we're holding it as support again, that is a very good sign. And compared to some other stocks, I mean, yeah, no doubt about it, BLNK is overbought, but it's not that bad. I mean, I feel like this could see another rip, and maybe we end up maybe not filling the entire gap to $55, but who knows? Maybe we go up to $50, cool off a bit from there, have that RSI come down, and then we rip all the way to $55. That is very possible in my opinion, and that is why I'm watching BLNK Charging right now, ticker symbol BLNK. And can I get a round of applause for Gnog, Golden Nugget Online Gaming? Yet again, another killer move today. This ended up going up 10%, and if you guys didn't know, you guys on Patreon know, I bought this stock at $15.15 a little bit ago. I held through some pain. I mean, it's a long-term investment, so yeah, I held through that dip. I didn't just panic sell right out of it, because when I initially bought it, it went down to about $12.50, and now it's obviously over 17 bucks. And looking back, and obviously hindsight is 2020, but looking back, I should have bought way more of Gnog, especially on that dip. But it's okay, because $15, $12, $13. At the end of the day, long term, I think this is going to be maybe close to a $60, $70 stock at some point. So whether I bought it at 15 or 12, I could care less. All I know is that I did buy it, and now it's finally reversing, right? And this is a very good sign, especially from a technical perspective. And if you're looking at it as a swing trade, it broke out of the wedge, broke out of both the 180 and the 50 SMAs here on the 4-hour chart. And we also broke 1650, which was that resistance back in the beginning of March. And like I said, if that were to break, if the wedge were to break, the moving averages broke as well, which is what happened, especially today, guys, with this big 10% pop. I said that, and I still believe this. We're going to go up to the high 18s, maybe even 19, and that is where it's probably going to settle down a little bit, maybe for a week or two, consolidate, maybe even see a pullback, and then I think ultimately, guys, $19 stands no chance. I think this is going to eventually break $19 and probably start to see the low to mid 20s, and when is that going to happen? I mean, obviously, I have no idea, but I'm in it for the ride. I'm in it for the ride, that is for sure. And I'm excited about this company. And by the way, they got upgraded by Jefferies to a $28 price target and a buy rating. And this is after I made my video and put my buy rating on it. And maybe they're watching my videos, guys. Just kidding. That's a joke. There's no way they're watching my videos. But anyway, guys, Golden Nugget Online Gaming, I'm very happy about that. Marathon, M-A-R-A. This is another one that I'm looking at right now, and I'm pretty interested because, look, we're down about $10 from the all-time high. That's about 17%, and we went up 7% today, which is showing me, okay, the uptrend wants to continue. We pulled back. We held 47, held that 50 SMA, held a higher low as well, and we rallied off that point. That is great, but now we're at a sticking point where if we break $50, $51, let me actually set an alert for that. If we break that point, I think we're going to see a nice straight shot to that all-time high at $58 because, look, 51, we struggled there in the beginning of April, about a week ago, and earlier in the middle of February, we also struggled at 51, so watch out for that break. I'm telling you guys, if that takes out, if 51 breaks, we're going to fill the gap, in my opinion, obviously, and you guys shouldn't buy this blindly, but I'm thinking out loud here. There's 13% upside if 51 breaks, so take it or leave it, guys. That is Mara. Apple is another one which, ever since that Tim Cook interview, I forget when that was recently, where he kind of hinted to that, autonomous Apple car where he didn't really say, oh, Apple's making a car, an electric vehicle, but he kind of hinted, mixed language. You guys know how that goes. And ever since then, it seems like the stock's been crushing it. Apple went up 2% today, up $2.50. It's obviously breaking out, and we called this a couple of days ago, so I'm very happy about this. And I own Apple, of course, in my long-term portfolio. In my personal opinion, this is a must-own stock. And this ended up breaking 127 like we called out, and now it's trading at 130. And arguably in the short term, it is overbought, so we might see a pullback, maybe back down to the high 120s. And from there, I personally think we're going to end up rallying and ultimately getting to the mid to high 130s. That is where I think we're going in the short to medium term here. And who knows? They report earnings in the end of April, and maybe after that, if they do well, this could just shoot right up. That is very, very possible. And Enphase is another one, ENPH, that I really like here on a technical basis, and this one probably needs some patience since it's still in the downwards channel. You guys can see here ever since it hit 230, that was an all-time high, I do believe. Let me double check that, guys. Definitely, yeah, of course. I mean, gosh, guys, this stock was $4 3 years ago. Now it went to 230. That is ridiculous. Now it's sitting at 150, and this needs to break the 180 moving average on the 4-hour chart here, the overall resistance of this downwards channel as well at about 165, 170. Once that breaks, if that breaks, that is where we're going to see a nice shift in Enphase, and who knows, maybe it fills the gap back to about 200, 220, 230. In my opinion, that is very, very possible. So I'm going to set an alert, and again, with this one, it's not breaking out, so we need patience with this one. So I'm going to set an alert at probably about 100, and let's put it at 171. And if it does take that level out, that is when, again, we know momentum is shifting. So that is Enphase, ticker symbol ENPH. Upwork is another one which we called out on Patreon yesterday. Shout out to anybody that caught that one. This one went up 7% today, up over $3 per share. And look at this, guys. It broke out of not only the 50 moving average, we broke $45. We filled the gap all the way to the 180 moving average at about $49.50. That's where we're at right now. And we're under the resistance that plagued the stock all of March pretty much at about $50. And look at what I'm seeing here. I'm not sure if you guys caught this, but look at that. Look at that. Yet again, another inverse head and shoulder. Take a look at that. Left shoulder. We got the head right there. We have the right shoulder. And this is one of the cleanest looking inverse head and shoulders that you'll see out there. This is beautiful, guys. I feel like I'm looking at freaking Michelangelo right here. This is great. And you can see clearly we held $45. That was the neckline here. Now we're filling up, like I said, to about $50. And I'm not rushing this one quite yet, as there could be some resistance at $50. But listen to this. If we break 50, whoa, that is where we're going to see a big move, in my opinion, guys, to the point where we might be going mid to high 50s. Honestly, that's the next big gap here. Probably not straight to $59, $60, guys. That's a little unrealistic. But from $50 in the short term, and the RSI is not too hot either, so don't be surprised if we do explode on the stock. Maybe from $50 to $53, $54, followed by a pullback up to $55 from there. You know, that is what I'm thinking with Upwork. And Etsy, ETSY, is another one that I'm looking at. Today it went up 5%, and kind of like Enphase, we have to be patient with this one. It's not quite yet breaking out of the overall wedge here. And yeah, Enphase was a downwards channel. That's different. It was not a wedge. This, on the other hand, is a wedge, right? Or a symmetrical triangle. I mean, either way, it could be either of those, to be honest. But anyway, guys, you know, this is right at a resistance at 215. And like I said, we have to be patient, right? If we fail at 215, we could easily go to 200, then go back up to 210 and get deeper and deeper, squeeze deeper and deeper into the wedge. That's possible. Or we just straight up break 215 now, and we end up going from there. I could see it go 230, 225 if 215 breaks, followed by probably 235. So I like Etsy here, and overall it's still down about 12, 13% from the all-time high. So just watch out for the breakout. Very simple. I'm going to set an alert at about 217.50 on this particular stock. We'll see what happens there. And the last one, if you guys stuck till the end, let me know in the comments. Say stuck till the end, and I do appreciate all of you guys that do watch the entire video. It means a lot to me, and you might as well just hit the like button while you're at it if you guys have enjoyed the video so far. The last one here is First Majestic Silver, ticker symbol AG, and like I said, I own one silver play right now. That is ticker symbol SLV. That tracks the price of silver. It's kind of similar. It is similar to GLD. The only difference is GLD tracks gold, SLV tracks silver, right? And AG is a silver mining play, right? It's First Majestic Silver, like I said. Again, the ticker is AG. And very similar to Etsy. Literally, it's very similar, almost identical, right? AG is also in a wedge, asymmetrical triangle, whatever you want to call it, or a symmetrical triangle. And you can see it clearly. Higher lows, lower highs, all that good stuff. And now we're trading above both the 50 and the 180 moving averages here on the 4-hour chart. And we're right at the resistance of the wedge, or the symmetrical triangle, whatever you want to call it. We'll just call it a wedge for this video, right? So I think if $17, $18 breaks, that is right where we're struggling at right now, although we did go up 5% today. But if that were to break, watch out for a move. And honestly, guys, all you have to watch out for is silver. I mean, if silver has, you know, a couple of good days in a row or a nice stretch, and mind you, precious metals, gold and silver in general, they haven't had a nice stretch in a while, and I think it's coming, guys. That's why I've been buying physical gold. I have one gold stock. It is GOLD, Barrick Gold. I have SLV, and I might add AG. You know, these are ways to position yourself if you do think precious metals are going to do well. And if we take a look at silver, I mean, look, guys, you know, this has not done well at all in 2021. Silver's gone down. Well, it did in the beginning. In January, it did well, but it's gone straight from $30 an ounce to $24 an ounce since that pop. And we saw that ridiculous Wall Street bet scenario, which we're not going to get into today, but we saw that massive move in silver. Now it's dying down. I believe this is a great contrarian play. I mean, AG, Barrick Gold, SLV, GLD, these are great in my personal opinion. So that's pretty much it, guys. You know, those are a bunch of stocks I'm watching, some thoughts on the market, what I'm doing a little bit. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. Make sure to leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. And again, if you stuck till the end, let me know. Stay stuck till the end. I appreciate all you guys. And you might as well join the free Strive Smart Discord chat. Get a free $30 from M1 Finance. That's linked down below. And by the way, that's limited time. All you have to do is use my link, deposit $100, and you get $30 free to invest with. And if you don't like M1 Finance, you can simply take out that 100 and you get that $30 as well, and you pretty much make a 30% return on that 100. So you might as well do that, link down below. And you guys could check out my Patreon for real-time buy and sell alerts, real-time call-outs, morning update videos where we're talking about breaking news, stocks I'm watching in the morning, active stocks, stocks that are dropping. You know, we do that every single day in the morning update video. And you guys get more access to me throughout the day via DM on Patreon. So check that out. Also linked down below. So I'll catch you all in the next video. And oh, by the way, guys, I have 2 more stocks for you guys. I made a video earlier about 2 oversold stocks to buy now, and I didn't mention them in this video. So the only way to find out is to watch that video, and I'll link it right here. You can click it or it's linked down below. Make sure to go check that out. It's a must watch. I'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching. As always, peace out.